Chris Jackson is my name. Christopher Jackson from Kansas City, Missouri. So no. I gotta figure that out. I'll figure it out later. Okay. Yes, yes. We're good.
Yeah, you're on.
All right, all right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all once again for tuning in to Street Therapy KC. Street Therapy KC. I am your host, and I am the one that's running this show here for today. But today, which is February 8th, Tuesday, it's been a little while since I've been on. So I wanted to jump in and let y'all know that I'm still in the land of the living, and I'm still making this life is busy and things going on. But without further ado, I have a special guest coming in today. She got a few events coming up here pretty soon. I wanted to get her on real quick to let everybody know what she got going on and just shoot it out there, and we'll kind of go from there. So we got Mrs. Chantel Tomlin. Am I correct?
That is correct. You've got Miss Tomlin on here.
Wonderful, Miss Tomlin. How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
Man, doing well, doing well. Well, can you explain a little. Tell the viewers who you are and a little bit about what you do.
My name is Chantel Tomlin, and I own an early childhood center located in South Kansas City. I provide services for the community at large. So we do take clientele from all across the metropolitan area. I also have wraparound services. So I do my best to provide services to the community at large. Hey, baby.
Nice.
Sorry, I just had a kid walk through.
Listen, my kids will walk through in about 20 minutes, so it's okay. So you got an event coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about some events you got coming up here?
Yes, we actually have 3 events that I am super stoked about. On Friday, we will have an event for the ladies. It's a sip and paint, so we'll have wine. We're gonna have some fellas out to give the ladies some massages, so they'll get back massages and feet massages. We're also gonna provide food. So it'll be a sip and paint. They'll get food, massages. We'll talk about ways to um, affirm yourself, speak over yourself, encourage yourself. So it's really a self-help, self-care type day just for the ladies.
Yeah, that's needed too.
So yeah. The second event that I have is a child care brunch, and that will be on Saturday. I am in the space of the child care industry, and my goal is to collaborate with as many child care providers as possible this year. With that being said, I am hosting my first annual child care brunch. Well, actually, I don't know if it'll be annual or monthly, but it'll be our first child care brunch. So food will be provided, and we'll talk about recession-proof childcare, so ways to pivot even when numbers are low. I'll go over things of that nature. Bye, baby. So that people can have some strategies to implement in their own center, just in case we get another strain of COVID. So we'll talk about that. We'll also go over, I'm sorry, it's parents coming in and out. So I forgot my 3 bullet points, but there's 3 things that I'm going to discuss that day. We'll collaborate that day. We'll eat together. We'll network. We'll share ideas. So it'll be a great day for the childcare industry to really sit down and discuss things that typically we just deal with in our own 4 walls. The third event that I am having is a Miss Tomlin Loves the Kids event. So people can bring their kid out. I have an indoor soft play space. I don't know for sure if there's any other daycares who have that, but I do have a space for that. And I just want the kids to come out and have fun. So there's 15 spots available for that. It is first come, first serve. I've pitched it out to my parents first. So if they fill it up first, then hey, all the slots are gone. But if not, it's also open to the community.
Nice. That's awesome. I want to just touch on all 3 of those here real quick. The sip and paint, that's very much needed. I think the thing that really stuck out to me was affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
We've been hearing a lot about affirmation. And just going through a lot of things. How important is that for the ladies to get catered to, and even right now, just Valentine's Day, but just all the time. But especially right now during the love holiday, Valentine's Day.
Right. Well, some people are single, some people are not.
Yeah.
But there's some people who are in relationships and still feel single. You know what I mean? So we want
Yes.
to take a moment to affirm, give women affirmations to speak over themselves and encourage themselves despite whatever obstacles that they may be going through. There's a song that Mary J. Blige has out. The co-host, T. Will, she does makeup. She told me about that song, but it's called Good Morning Gorgeous. And I just think it's an awesome song. It really speaks affirmations into the woman, gives you a sense of self-worth, like first thing in the morning. Listening to that song the last few days, I've really been like engulfed in this. Hey, I have to make sure that my day goes well. Nobody is in charge of my happiness but me. So just giving women some strategies to cope with every day, the day-to-day tasks, because anything could happen on any given day. And so we have to be prepared for that. And we have to, have ways to pick ourselves up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's important. I have a friend of mine that owns the Leia Center downtown, and you go in there, and he's got this big mirror over in the corner with a whole bunch of post-its on it, a whole bunch of post. So I walked up to the mirror and said, "What's that?" He said, "Go check it out." So it's got all of these different affirmations, but if you look at it, it's the mirror, and you're speaking these over yourself.
Over
That's
yourself.
important.
Woo, that's good. I might use that. I like that.
Well, that's important because when you read it, say, "You know what, I'm going to have a good day," and you're looking at yourself.
Absolutely.
That's it, and it builds character within you, and that's important because when you it's all about how you feel about yourself, and oftentimes and sometimes things beat us up physically and mentally to the point where we don't feel so good about ourselves.
Absolutely. And we're in a COVID era right now. We're in an era where there's so many uncertainties. See you later, Toya. There's so many uncertainties. There's so many things just coming at us left and right. So we have to have a firm foundation internally, and some of that comes from God. But a lot of that needs to come from ourselves. And we need to have strategies in place to where, when things happen, even if it's just journaling, take a second to journal, take a second to write and think about your thoughts versus just responding.
Yeah. I heard a story some time ago, and the story went where I think a kid needed something, and I think the parents said, ask God for it and seek God for it, which, we should. And it said, well, yeah, but I need somebody with skin on. So,
right.
He needed the affirmation, but he wanted someone that he could physically see that I need somebody with skin on. I need to touch them.
Right.
And oftentimes we need, and touch is important.
Absolutely.
And I think when you talked about, sipping paint, but then you put in the massage aspect, now that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, we cooking with grease, baby. We are cooking with Crisco on Friday.
Listen, you already got the grease and stuff with the sipping paint, but boy,
I'm
you
telling
put that hot chicken in there with the massage, boy. Right on. And I'll touch, and that's Friday the 11th, right?
Yeah, that's Friday the 11th. Absolutely.
What time is that?
It will be from 7 to 9.
Okay, 7 to 9 p.m. Okay. And your child care brunch, a little bit about that. I was looking at some studies during, COVID and stuff like that, when a lot of kids were out of school and things like that, and some kids didn't have internet. One of the biggest things that they talked about was how will kids get meals, because oftentimes when our children don't go to school, sometimes they don't get fed. So that's important. So this brunch here is really an affirmation to the kid, to children, correct?
Yeah, what I'm specifically trying to do is create a safety web for our industry. I know for myself, when I walk in my 4 doors, I deal with my issues myself. I put out my fires. When the state walks through those doors and they do their inspections, I take care of those things. It's I, because childcare can be one of those industries where you operate solo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change the way that that looks in Kansas City, because I think some of these issues are much bigger than just and much bigger than just one center. And I think that if we collaborate on a regular basis, we would
Yeah.
be unstoppable. Like, seriously. There's a young lady that I help out more than anybody else, just because she comes to me, and sometimes I reach out to her and check on her and see how she's doing. But there were simple things that she didn't know that changed, the trajectory of her business. So that
Mm.
collaboration piece, I think it is extremely important. I've also been getting into other daycare groups and looking at what other things other centers do. And just to piggyback on what you were saying about
Yeah.
food, we had those all of that weather that came in, that inclement weather, right?
Right.
There was a center, I don't remember where, but the lady packed bags of food for her parents
Mm.
and sent them home just in case they lost power. I thought that was just a phenomenal idea. I hadn't
Yeah.
thought of that. But you know what? Next time, my babies will leave my building with the bag packed with, food that can't, go bad, snacks and things like that. But it was just being proactive and thinking of what could happen if they lost power. We've been
Yeah.
in that situation before when we had that terrible ice storm and we didn't have
Mhm.
power for a while, so just thinking and being proactive of things like that, keeping our kids a priority and trying to service them in more than one way. I just felt
Yeah.
it gave me goosebumps to read that, and I was like, shame on you. You didn't think of that, girl. So next
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
I will have something like that in place for my parents. But again, that goes back to the power of collaboration.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they say, when you know better, you do better.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
When you know better, you do better. Even and I get to your Tomlin's Day here as well. But I want to really expound on that because that's very important. Like us at the rail station, we also work with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, and what that aspect of what we do with that organization is we teach kids about STEM and robotics. So kids
Mm-hmm.
come in and they learn about robotics, they learn about coding, learn about all things dealing with the STEM and the STEAM process. So that's definitely something that maybe if you'd like to talk with us another time about that as well, because I think that's very important. We can work on that. And also we're connected with the WEB Du Bois Learning Center, and that learning center has tutors that come in there, and they come in often, and it's being kind of sporadic because of COVID and everything's kind of getting back to where it's supposed to be. But definitely another organization that maybe we connect with, and also the rail station. But Tomlin Day, I want to talk about that because you said something just a moment ago. How I.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is your day. How you gonna
Yeah.
do that?
This is just for my babies
There you
and
go.
anybody that comes in the building, anyone who signs up. There are only 15 spots available, and anyone who wants to drop their kid off for 2 hours,
Yeah,
they can do so. And like I said, the kids will be able to play in the indoor space. They'll have
mhm.
food, lots of activities, lots of music. I love to dance. So, yes, Miss Tomlin loves the kids. That is just about me. That's just about that is my thing that I'm doing for the city. So, like I said,
Beautiful.
if my kids fill up the 15 spots first, the 15 spots are gone. If they do not, there are spots available for the community. As a parent, as a working parent growing up, I wish I had somebody who would take my kids for 2 hours in a
Yeah,
safe, loving environment, and I could just
yeah,
go do my nails or whatever I needed to do. That's what that time
yeah.
is for.
Yeah, that's very important. That's the whole wraparound of the whole situation. I had a busy weekend, but that's the whole
Mhm,
wraparound of the whole situation because we have three small children, and
mhm.
our date night is like when she's off and I'm off. Whenever we're off together, we can take a lunch,
Right, right,
and
absolutely,
that's it.
right,
Or when
and
we get
that's
home,
it.
we got to rush home because the babysitter might be of an underage babysitter, so they got to make sure
Hmm.
we got to take them home and
Yep,
then come back home.
yep.
So it's busy. So that's beautiful, man. God bless you for that. That is so awesome. I really wish much success on that. So where you located and how can people reach out to you?
I'm located off of 97th and Holmes in South Kansas City. I am on the backside of Holmeswood Baptist Church. And
Yeah.
people can find me on Facebook at Tomlin Academy Early Childhood Center. They can find me on IG at Miss Tomlin. They can find me, they can text me at 816-785-7878. My number is public. So yeah, I am available and willing and ready to serve the community.
Beautiful, beautiful. And if someone needs to enroll in there, I don't know if your spaces will fill. Just so is that early and late childhood, or is that just through the day?
It is. We open at 6:30 and we close at 5:30.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, listen, I won't hold you very long. I do appreciate your time so very much. Thank you for hopping on in this pre-Valentine Day, super busy weekend you got. But
Absolutely.
it definitely sounds like it's going to be a blast. And listen, I definitely wish you much continued success. And we'll look forward to maybe linking up with you another time.
Okay, thank you. I
All
appreciate
right,
you.
Miss Tomlin, thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day to you, and take care of yourself.
Okay, you as well. Have a good one.
All right, appreciate it. Bye-bye. All right, y'all, listen here. This has been another episode of Street Therapy KC with your man, your host, Christopher Jackson. Thank y'all for once again being with us, and we'll jump on when we can. Godspeed. Everything has been in warp speed for the last couple of months, but we're definitely going to hold it down and try to keep you informed of what's going on in the city, and you know, keep you posted. God bless you. Happy Valentine's Day, man. Take care of your loved one, your partner, your spouse, whoever you got, man, your boo, your baby. Take care of yourselves and love on each other, man. Not only just this day, but all time, man. Show everybody that they're appreciated and they mean something to you, man. Take care of yourself, man. God bless. Peace. Thank you, Mr. Walker. I appreciate you, buddy.